This video will explain the process of writing a process description. Writing a process description is very much like writing an essay because it includes the same three main parts we see in standard essays: an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. However, the contents of each part are slightly different in a process description compared to a research essay, for example. In the introduction, you should define the process and include a thesis statement. Defining the process means explaining what it is and why it is important to be familiar with such a process. You might also explain who would be interested in knowing about this sort of process. The thesis statement should tell the reader what you plan to include in the process description. This will let them know what they can expect to read following the introduction. In the body, you should explain each of the steps included in the process in great detail. You should use the subtitles Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, etc. to guide your reader. Be sure to organize each step logically in the correct order. Also, try not to include too much information, as this can be confusing. In the conclusion, you should summarize the main steps of the process, walking your reader through the process but without repeating yourself too much. Include a general overview of the steps only. When writing your process description, remember a couple of things. Explain all key terms carefully to make sure that your reader can follow along. If the process requires a specific tool, for example, make sure that you tell the reader what the tool is and what it does. Not everyone will be familiar with specialized tools or other vocabulary, so be clear. Furthermore, you should use transitional words and phrases through your process description so that your writing is coherent, and so that it is easy to follow the steps one by one. Subtitles are helpful because they guide the reader, but the writing should also carry the reader from one point to the next. Finally, as you're writing your process description, imagine your reader has never completed this process before and assume that they know nothing about the topic. After you have finished writing, read it out loud to a friend and check that the process is easy enough to follow. Following these instructions will help you write a clear, effective process description.